Hello there, and good afternoon. Now, Donald Trump has already started making waves. And it looks like one of those waves will turn into a tsunami that could hit the UK too. Because Donald Trump has tasked one of his supporters, former Democratic Party, now independent politician Robert F. Kennedy Jr., with cleaning up US healthcare. And RFK Jr. is going for it. Hard. In a post on X, RFK Jr. said, "The Food and Drugs Administration war on the public health is about to end." Yes. And then he lists the things that the FDA had suppressed, including vitamins, clean foods, sunshine, and exercise, in order to favour their expensive medical interventions. And he went on to say, "If you work for the FDA and are part of this corrupt system, I have two messages for you. 1, preserve your records, and 2, pack your bags." And in another X, he also said, "President Trump has asked me to do 3 things. Clean up the corruption in our government health agencies. Return those agencies to their rich tradition of gold standard, evidence-based science. Make America healthy again by ending the chronic disease epidemic." That is very strong stuff. And it seems to have sparked an immediate response, with one advisor to RFK Jr., Jamel Holly, saying on X, "Sources tell me top 5 CEOs of pharmaceutical companies are holding an emergency teleconference at 1 p.m. A lawyer has confirmed that everyone is in a state of panic." Now, why would that possibly be? Surely everything is safe and effective. And could this be classed as anti-competitive collusion of sorts? Anyway, before I bring Richard in, the soon-to-be Vice President J.D. Vance said on the Joe Rogan show that Big Pharma might even be banned from advertising on the telly. Well, so Richard, what do you make of all of that?
Wow. It's like one of our own just got the top job, isn't it? Now, we have been called, like many other websites and commentators, we've been called conspiracy theorists in the past. Well, I mean, could it be that Robert Kennedy's remit, could it, from Trump, could it blow open the whole conversation about the safety and efficacy of a certain medical intervention? And also the repression of well-known drugs to treat things like, that terrible bad cough that was going around. And also the repression of vitamins. We had that in our own parliament where, I think it was David Davis said, look, we need to be looking into this, how vitamin D, how that is proven to boost people's immune system, and that, 80 or 90% of those people who were hospitalized for a certain condition had low levels of vitamin D. I think that's the stats. I might be slightly wrong there. But these are things which RFK has, Robert Jr. has, Kennedy has questioned for a while. And this could mean that questioning the safety, as you said, of the efficacy of unsaid medical intervention could become mainstream and out in the open. Can you imagine it if you opened the newspapers tomorrow and all of a sudden they're talking about this? That something went wrong.
One of our politicians already pointed to this, hasn't he?
Well, one of them has, yes. Andrew Bridgen. Funny enough, he also tweeted that tweet, or re-exed it or whatever, by Jamel Holly. And it says, "I hope," this is Andrew Bridgen, "I hope this is true, and I hope they are worried, just like those of us who took their interventions."
Interventions,
yes, well said, Andrew. I mean, it, it's like the people that the likes of Anthony Fauci have nightmares about. They just took over control of the entire system.
Oh,
You
don't
know,
worry about Anthony Fauci will be very pleased with this because it gives him a chance to prove everything is safe and effective. It gives him all those chances to do it. He can produce all the data. He'll have big pharma releasing all their data, won't he?
Oh, of course. Yes. Maybe they'll be forced to, unless that data goes the same place as the telemetry data of the moon landing missions and disappears. That's another conspiracy theory there. Have some of that, guys. Have some. It's conspiracy.
And we all know the Earth is.
Yeah. I mean, will Rand Paul get to follow up on his, let's just say, concerns about the safety of a certain medical procedure and the true origins of a certain bug that was going around? And Anthony and Rand Paul's concerns about Anthony Fauci's alleged links to the origin of this nasty bug that was going around.
Yeah.
You know, what about those medical mandates in America? Have a think about
and
that.
Elsewhere, because this is big.
Exactly.
I mean, with the Americans doing this, it will definitely have an effect on the UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the MHRA, I think that's what it's called, and the Food Standards Agency, you know, with regards to imports and exports, because the Food and Drugs Administration in America does both those things, food and drugs. We have two separate regulators here in the UK for us. However, will they be impacted by all of this? Will that affect us? And what happens when we want to start exporting medicines to the US and food to the US?
Yes, maybe we will be able to.
How will this be effective? This could throw a real spanner in the works.
Yes, will our standards meet their standards now? I mean, this is looking very serious. Very serious. For a long time, we've known. I mean, look at Robert Kennedy. He looks absolutely fantastic for his age. He's in prime condition. And if you eat well, you will look healthy. I myself have suffered. My health has suffered because of what I've eaten. I've eaten everything that I was told was good. I did the vegan thing, ate as many vegetables as possible. Nearly killed me.
Yeah.
Now carnivore. Feeling great. Yeah. Feeling great.
It's those snapping potatoes, isn't it? The snapping potatoes leaping off the plate at you. I know.
Oh yeah.
But there is another thing. There's all these lawsuits out there are now gathering pace, aren't they? And they're becoming more mainstream. The press are beginning to talk about them, and all these people that have been involved, whether it be a politician as well as scientists, have now got to start backing up their claims, and it could come back and bite them hard. So,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this could get very serious because there'll be a knock-on effect right across the world. I mean, all those politicians are saying, yes, you should take this. It's safe and effective. Okay, well, a lot of people did take it, and a lot of those people are no longer with us. I wonder what happened there. We don't know why. We could. I mean, you know, correlation isn't causation. I think that's the term. I might have got that the wrong way around. Whatever. Yes. But I think I'm pretty much certain it is. So we don't know. We just don't know. But at least questions will be answered on these subjects.
Well, we would hope so, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would hope so because the repercussions of them staying silent will be. Well, what is going on? You know, people will start asking serious questions. Now, I do have to say, some people might point out that RFK Jr. has come under fire for being anti-intervention in the past. But the point is that every affliction from mental health to obesity these days does seem to need more and more chemical compounds to get rid of it, doesn't it? Instead of more natural things, we seem to be going directly for the big, expensive, money-making solutions of mixing as many chemicals together as possible. But just like everything else, the counterclaim can easily be made. Sorry?
Cancer rates are soaring?
Yeah, but
what's going on?
Yeah, I know. So you have got questions to answer. But just like everything else, the counterclaim can easily be made that money talks, and big money talks very big indeed. But the data tells the truth, and that's what we should be looking at. Too many people are looking at the pounds and pence or the dollars and cents at the end of the equations here. They're not looking at what the medical data is saying. I don't think. That's my view. I'm not a doctor, but that's my view. I think that there's too much in the money.
Yeah. Oh, quick one. Thank you to Hugh Janis for your super chat. Eat meat and live long, says Hugh Janis. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Feel great. Just change the diet. Bang. I'm sprinting. 51 years of age and I'm sprinting. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Yes. Oh, here we go. Eat meat and live long. I found it. Yeah. Well, there you go. So it's I think it's quite a big thing, this. I think it's a massive development. I think we'll find that that the big pharma companies will now try and dig in somehow. They're going to be lawyering up big time. I mean, big time.
Oh, yeah.
And I think people like Anthony Fauci, just in case, will also be lawyering up as well. And I think it's wonderful, personally.
Well, I wonder if they'll start. Yeah, I wonder if they start doing some investigations into our former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and the company that I believe had put a lot of money into Moderna.
Of course, he had nothing to do with that, did he? Because his investments were at arm's length while he was minister. So yeah. But apparently, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. The crazy thing about this, though, is what happened afterwards. All of a sudden, Britain's investing, the regulations have been put aside for the Moderna factory, the gigantic Moderna factory. Yeah, we've been investing heavily in all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we are not deficient in pharmaceuticals, are we? No, we're not deficient in pharmaceuticals. They're all over the place, aren't they? And was it Dr. John Campbell? He actually, when I was asked, why don't we do massive trials into ordinary foods and ordinary vitamins? And he said, because there's no money in it. There's no money in finding out if potatoes or meat is good for you or bad for you. There's no money in it. So why would you? There's money in new things, if you get my drift. And this is one of the things that sort of gets me is the data has been telling us in the past that the more what I would call traditional interventions worked. And they were based on sound science, or so it seems, as far as I can see. But what people are worried about now is when they go to get that same intervention today, will it be the same? Will it be the same intervention, really? Or will it be something else? And that's what worries people, I think. Yes. And less processed food and losing weight is also a good solution. Yes. Yeah, you've got to have a fine figure like mine to be healthy, you know. Stop it, Richard. Stop it.
I can't talk.
I have not seen a doctor since 2007. Well, actually, Rosemary, I think you've got a point there, but I would say that after about 2007, the number of doctors that people have seen has been in decline anyway. And after the recent health emergency, it's become like as rare as hen's teeth, you know. So it's been going down a long time. But I get what you mean. You've been pretty healthy since 2007, and good for you. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about the last time I went to the doctors. They didn't want to see me again. A referendum on English independence from Britain. I'm not quite sure where that came from, what we're talking about here. Yes, there's another one here talking about turbo something or other, but I can't put that up because it would probably breach everybody.
Very, very serious issue. The thing is, what I'm finding really annoying, all of us can see it in the press. You hear about the turbo health issue. And yet they're always saying doctors baffled by it.
Yes.
Doctors baffled by it.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? They're always baffled by it. Yeah.
Oh, it's been a long-term trend, this has. It's been going on for so long. I mean, no, let's forget about the recent increase in cancers. If you go back 50 or 60 years, there was a lot less of it, hell of a lot less. I mean, a fraction of what there is today. Yet people drank and smoked, continuously.
Yeah,
They drank like fishes, smoked like chimneys. I'm not encouraging you all to go out and drink and smoke, far from it. But it makes you think, well, okay, so something else potentially has been even more of a driving factor in the cancer rates going up. Is it detection? You can add all these different arguments into the equation, but I just get the sense that there's something else going on. There is a definite suppression of something here. I mean, it's like we have the food pyramid. I believe that was designed by Kellogg's.
Was it indeed? There was a comedian donkeys years ago on the telly. He said the truth is that the box, if you eat the box, it's better for you than what's inside the breakfast cereal box. And I thought, oh, right, okay. Yes.
When you look at cereals, I mean, this is something that people don't talk about too often. I mean, yes, it keeps you regular, but why do you have to go regular? I mean, shouldn't you be absorbing that which you eat? When you're on a carnivore diet, less comes out. I mean, Jordan Peterson has spoken about
this. Thank you for that.
But it does. Yeah, well, less comes out because your body, it's not because it's clogged up, it's because you're absorbing it. It's going into your muscles, into your bones, and to make hormones. And it's, I mean, if you're on a high fiber, though, it straight through you. Well, that was worthwhile doing, wasn't it?
Here's your expensive meal back at you.
Yeah. So that's what all bran really looks like.
Oh, there you go. Says Liam. 2 fine figures of men.
Aye. Yes. Oh, by the way, we mentioned Anthony Fauci earlier. And Anthony Fauci, I forgot to say, I just read this in The Guardian. He recently contracted West Nile virus caught from a mosquito. And he says, it nearly took me down. Well, I mean, maybe his immune system's not up to scratch. I wonder what could have happened there. I think he's had more medical interventions than anybody else alive on planet Earth. Okay, that's an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But very interesting. He's definitely caught the cough more times than I know people have had it.
Yeah. I have a friend who is a GP. I could tell you a few horror stories. Yeah, I bet you could. Yeah. I phoned the doctor in 2007, but still waiting for them to call me back. Yeah. That's yes. Well, there you go.
Quick one as well, whilst you're all here, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to press the subscribe button, that would be much appreciated. It helps us do these videos and allows us to continue doing what we do. So if you could do that, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, that would be appreciated. Richard has to do that because I keep forgetting to do that. And he gives me a hard time afterwards. Why don't you ask people to subscribe, he says, because when you ask them, they do. If you don't ask them, they don't. But I keep forgetting because I've got a short memory, whoever you are.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. Yes, I got my name removed from GP2. The NHS still bothers me, though. Yeah, I'm not sure about deregistering. You have to be a bit careful there. You might need some healthcare sometime. So can you do it all yourself? Can we trust our doctor? This is the whole problem, isn't it? We've got to the stage now where trust is missing. It's across the board, isn't it? And it's not just the police, is it? No. We don't trust doctors so much as we used to. The doctors and the police used to be two of the people that you would all the time trust them implicitly, wouldn't you? The same as your teachers. When they're teaching your children, you would expect them to teach them, reading, writing, arithmetic, not pronouns and however many genders there are, wouldn't you? So trust is being lost across the board. Yeah.
I identify as shut up and leave me alone, I do. There we go.
Not as far as I'm concerned. I can still talk to you. I can still tell you what I do.
You don't know what I have to put up with you lot.
Nothing. Oh, look, another one.
Uh,
See, this is great for us. Two fine, handsome gentlemen.
well,
I
thank you very
think
much.
I think these people are on the wrong live stream.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much. That's very nice. Yeah.
Right, but I yes, going back. I mean, think about it though. RFK, RK. Well, how is he RFK? It is. It's RFK. I was thinking JFK.
RFK Jr. Yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, he's only just come into place, and this is and straight off from the starting blocks. Let's face it.
Well, actually, remember,
this is Trump's government. This is what we've got to come. I mean, what's going to happen when Elon Musk gets embedded in there? Oh my goodness, this is a powerhouse of a government. I'm just pig sick jealous. I am that we haven't got something.
You've got to remember. They've got to remember they're not in power until January. There's a handover period between now and January. So even not being president, and he's already making massive waves, as I said. And if he continues with this, this will be a revolutionary government in America. They could go. What happens if they start asking questions about net zero? Ooh, that would open
Jeff,
a right old can of worms.
Can we just go off to America, mate? Can we just start again over there? You know,
Yes, I'm all right. Yeah. Oh, look at this. You two are gorgeous. I love you people. I just love you all. It's wonderful.
Well,
now
it's going to his head now. Come on.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, have less of that. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Next is Ireland and the UK. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, and there's certain things that you can buy on the web that they don't want you to buy, which you can actually still get. And they term it as some sort of animal thing, don't they? Animal cure, so that it stops people from using it. I mean, if it works, why aren't we using it? Why aren't there trials on it? Because there's no money in it. That's why.
Yes. I'm very interested. I'd be very interested to see how this does progress. I mean, we've had warnings, by the way, from people like Professor Angus Dalgleish, who is one of the country's top oncologists, most quoted and cited oncologist in Britain. And yes, I think that people like him will become more influential, hopefully.
Yes.
Because as people like him, like Angus Dalgleish, gain credence in America with the authorities, surely that'll have a knock-on effect here. Unless we are literally going to have our government and other governments around the world going blah, 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 blah. Not interested, don't want to hear, don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and it's
we'll see.
Quite, if it does push through in America, then it will, X is safe. X is now safe. Elon Musk's platform is now safe. They'll be talking about this sort of stuff quite openly on there. And if the other social medias platforms don't follow suit, then they are going to be left out in the cold. So they've got to keep up with this whole thing. And if if it's all wrong, they've got to prove it, haven't they? Really, you know, why should people be zipped when there's proof out there that all this stuff works? Then show us. But I see little of that sort of approach at the moment. It's all, you will do this. It's all diktat, isn't it? You know.
Well, I've said before, my concerns about the medical profession started in 2020, because in 2019 I was working on a BBC production, and I became very ill. I had a dreadful cough, and this was in August 2019. A dreadful cough, and for the first time in my life, I lost my sense of smell and taste.
Yeah.
And I had every symptom of a certain virus that apparently didn't come around until a year later. But I had every symptom of it.
Yeah. It must have just been coincidence, mate. That's
just coincidence, totally.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I went to see a GP, and this GP told me that they'd had continuation of symptoms from 2019, summer 2019, right through 2020, when a certain illness was going about. And I'm sorry, I mean, it was. I remember watching in 2020. Sorry, I'm all over the place here, but 2020, I was watching Nadine Dorris, and she said that hers when she caught the virus, and she said the first symptom she had was a loss of smell and taste. I thought,
Yeah.
hang on, I've already had that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and for me, the game was up. Then game was up. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Don't forget to forget. Right, I won't. No money in the real cure is what I would say. Yeah. Trump needs to refuse to deal with Labour, which may force an election. I think that Keir Starmer would probably blame Trump. Oh, he's not talking to me. It's his fault. He's mad, sort of thing.
And they're all blaming Trump already. We know that. And look what's happening in Germany. They're blaming Trump for the collapse of their government. Oh, it's all Trump's fault. He technically, as he's rightly said, isn't even in power yet.
Yes, exactly. He's not even in power, and he's shaken up the German parliament by collapsing it, by being there. Anyway, I've got another little snippet of news that might just interest people. It's off this topic, but it caught my eye just before we went live. Now, here's what Reform UK's lone London Assembly member tweeted out a couple of hours ago. So I'll just read it out to you. I've got to find it now. Oh, here we go. Where's it gone?
Come on, Jeff. We're all waiting.
Yes, and now I've lost it.
Prepping me for this as well.
Oh dear. Wait a minute. I'll see if I can find it on here. Bear with me. Here we go. London Labour passed a motion to give illegal immigrants free travel around London. The weak, wet Tories refused to vote against this. I'm currently the sole Reform voice in the London Assembly. If this absurdity persists, I won't be the only one after the next election. So what do you think about Labour doing that?
Wow.
That is yet another pull factor, a big one to get people into London.
I mean, I'm lost for words, to be honest with you, mate. Doesn't surprise me. And it does say, though, fair play to, what was the chap's name, the Reform?
Oh, didn't I mention it?
You probably did, except I've just forgotten it. Anyway, whoever,
that one up.
Whoever, thank goodness we have him. Thank goodness and this does show that there is, as much as many of us have been hurt, I've had our feelings hurt by Reform.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. If it wasn't for Reform right now, we wouldn't have had that piece of information and somebody standing up to this. It does make you think, hang on. You know, we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, we might have a few little hurty feelings here. As much as I like UKIP, I'm just looking at Reform going, come on, get your stuff together, get your act together.
I've just checked out on Twitter. It's Alex Wilson, Assembly member for London for Reform UK. So he's a London Assembly member, and that's what he said.
Well done, Alex. Well done.
Well done for pointing that out. I mean, I mean, what are they going to be giving away next? Houses for free? Well, they've already got that, but we need a Trump-type revolution over here, don't we? We really do. Just can't.
Can't you invade? Can't America just look for once? let them invade. You know, coming in. Just bring your troops in. Please, just take over.
Actually, we've probably got more American troops here than we got British troops anyway, you know, and Air Force and all the rest of it. Oh, dear me.
I haven't got a problem with that, which is quite weird.
It's the only one, isn't it? It's the only country where we're allowed.
Actually, hang on. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. No, we're not advocating for invasion. Yes.
No,
Oh, dear me. Yes, the world owes reparations. I do like that one. The world, they owe us everything, don't they?
Here we go. Nice one from Scout Courier. Tell the Pentagon Starmer has WMDs, absolute weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, somebody. Nigel, quick, tell Trump. Yeah.
And then see a cruise missile wending its way down Westminster Street, turns left into Downing Street.
Oh no, we wouldn't want anything like that to happen.
No, we wouldn't want anything like that.
No, we can't laugh at such things.
You can't go telling little porkies like that.
No.
So yeah,
awful thing that would be.
It would. Yes, of course it would, Richard. We all know that. But but anyway, back to point. Now that we've interjected with a pro-reform UK story, but which it is because they've pointed it out and they've taken a stand. That I don't think a Tory will have tweeted that out, would they? Saying, "Oh, look what Labour's done." They'll just go along with it because they are part of the Uniparty. This is what it's all about: Labour, Tory, Green, SNP, and the Lib Dems are all the same. Basically, linking, they're all woke, totally woke, and they don't want to rock this woke boat, so they won't point this stuff out. Anyway.
Well, the irony is,
Liam says, hit the like button, please, people. Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much, Liam. Just putting your message out there. Thank you.
Yeah, but Jeff, I'm thinking about it. This detour onto reform isn't actually too much of a detour when you think about it, and where we've ended up, because it's very strange that America and Trump and RFK, Robert Kennedy, they seem to hold more British values than our own Prime Minister and our own government. You know, what we would call British values anyway. And I think that we've got a lot of lessons to learn from across the pond now. We really do. And I hope our politicians are watching, especially in reform and, dare I say it, even in the Conservative Party. I don't care about the Labour lot. Yeah.
Oh, they're lost cause, Labour. That's lost. Yeah, totally. That's gone. Yeah, there you go. Scouse Courier. Yeah. Good to see you chuckle, Jeff. Well, I do chuckle a lot, but generally not in front of the camera. It's very difficult. This is very releasing, this live stream, Lark, because it's just allows me to just do basically what I want to instead of trying to tie myself down to facts and figures on a sort of traditional video format. So I'm enjoying this, and we're going to be doing much more of this, much more. Yeah. Because Richard told me we're going to be doing much more of this.
You are. We are.
You are. We are. Yeah, I know.
It's an easier way to communicate and learn from people.
Yeah.
Because we read the comments, and Chuckle Brothers. But who said that? Old school. Absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, it's not all about us. It's about the news, and that's the main thing. But we have a good laugh when we're doing it, and we hope that you're enjoying it as well. This new format, because we can do videos and etc., and we can do in-depth analysis. Now, what we've done here is what Jeff is going to be doing is in a lot of these live streams. Yes, we're going to have a bit of a banter and a chat, but he would also interject that level of detail that he would normally compact into one of his long-form videos, which. Some people find too difficult to get through. Some of my long-form videos I've done, I can't even watch them. I bored myself to death the other day.
I refuse to watch mine once I've made it and put it up. I don't ever watch them.
It's very difficult.
Trump is our adopted prime minister. Well, that's from Pam. Yes, could well be. Yeah. Oh, look. Wow, Jeff's V for Vendetta. Yeah, that, believe it or not, that was one of the inspirations for The Curtain was V for Vendetta, and also another film which you might have remembered. Oh, what was it? Firewalk. Come Walk With Me or something, or whatever it was called.
The Twin Peaks film.
Yes, the film, not the series, the actual film.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, Come Firewalk With Me. Now, the film itself you can't get it in Britain. You can't find it.
No, I know. I looked for that recently, actually.
Yeah, so did I, and I couldn't find it. And it's a pity because it's really out there,
Well, I did like the old Twin Peaks series. I wasn't so hot on the new Twin Peaks series. There's a certain scene in that that I just turned off after that, which was a bit of a shame because I used to love I mean, I used to. Do you know what? You talk about we're talking about America and how the influence it's had upon Britain and British culture, and hopefully will continue to now under this new government. But as a young lad, 18, 19, whatever I was, I used to watch Twin Peaks, and I'd have a slice of cherry pie, and I'd have a black coffee.
Oh, it looks like we've lost young Richard. So I'll come back just to me. It seems that Richard's had a bit of a sudden stoppage on the internet, and there's not much we can do about that at this stage. Anyway, we have been going for some long time, and it's really great to see you all out there and interacting and having a bit of a chuckle with us. So I'll just leave it there and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking part. And it's goodbye already from him, so it's goodbye from me as well. And thank you so much for watching.